Broadcasting from the Unshackled Studios in Melbourne. This is WilmsFront, brought to you by theunshackled.net. Now here's Tim Wilms.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's WilmsFront featured interview show. The date is Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021. We are live, as always, on the WilmsFront YouTube and D-Live channels, and also, as always, on the Interactive Entropy software, which I've just put the link into the chat. It is 8:30 p.m. here in Melbourne, Victoria, where it's the final countdown until lockdown 6 is lifted here at 11:59 p.m. Tonight. This is after 77 days of lockdown 6, with the city spending a total of 263 days in lockdown during the pandemic. Lockdown 6 in Victoria was called after 7 new cases were recorded in a day. In Victoria today, we had 2,232 new cases. Again, another national record. Well, we're the only state to be recording cases above 2,000. It wasn't as high as the 2,297 we recorded last Thursday. But despite the science being that lockdowns, mask mandates and other restrictions work, Victoria has had the worst COVID results in Australia. Most cases, most deaths with COVID. They tipped over the 1,000 in total mark today. What we've had in Victoria is not a public health response to the pandemic, but a police state response with dissent to the lockdowns brutally suppressed by Victoria Police, whose defence for their repeated brutality towards the people is that they were just following orders. Victoria Police, they also have charged countless dissenters with incitement for either organising or encouraging anti-lockdown protests, despite no one yet being convicted of an incitement or any other charge related to lockdown breaches in Victoria. Many have spent time in custody. These include Nick Patterson, Pastor Paul Furlong, and Monica Schmidt. Other enemies of the Victorian Andrews government have also spent time in prison over the past couple of years. Andy Nolch, Neil Erickson, and is still in custody now, Thomas Sewell. In New South Wales, the extended Sydney lockdown of 2021, we saw Anthony Kaloof, founder of Australians versus the Agenda, sentenced to 8-month jail. South East Queensland, they have seen, I think, 3 snap lockdowns in 2021 over a few minor clusters of cases. During those lockdowns, Queensland Police also engaged in shameful conduct like their Victorian and New South Wales counterparts. The worst was arresting an elderly man for not wearing a mask when he had an exemption, and then suffered a heart attack when he was handcuffed. My guest tonight is Phillip Philfy Simpson, who spent 48 days in prison after he was arrested on an outstanding warrant while live streaming himself not wearing a mask. A bit much, don't you think? Let's find out how he became a political prisoner, who he is, and what his goals in life are. Philfy, welcome to WilmsFront.
What's up, man? How you going?
Well, as I said, counting down until, 11:59 p.m. tonight. We've still got the curfew on at 9 p.m. our time, which will be in 26 minutes. So from 9 p.m. till 11:59 p.m. tonight, if you like the ground outside your home is lava, like COVID will, come and kill you during that time. But from 11:59 p.m. tonight, you can leave your house for any reason, but still have to wear a mask outside, because there could be some unmasked, unvaxxed boogeyman hiding in the bushes who will just jump out and go, "Rah!" and then infect you, even if you've been double jabbed, everything.
It is Halloween time after all.
The scariest costume that you can wear on this Halloween is a maskless human face.
Dan Andrews mask.
Oh, come on, we don't want to make it. We don't want to make it a horror show. Like, it's got to be scary, but
No police uniforms this year. Everyone, none. You're not allowed to wear police uniforms at any Halloween party.
the last couple of Halloweens, I've worn a witch costume because it looks a lot of the or I wouldn't say enemies, but the people who can't stand this show but still continue to watch it and rave and rant about it. They tend to look like witches.
We're on to you. Witches. Would they be? Yeah. So you got dressed up like a woman just to. Sounds a bit redundant.
Well, men can be witches as well.
Warlock. It's a warlock though.
Well, that can be what is it? It's related to a witch, but yeah, in Africa they have both male and female witch doctors.
Yes, this is true. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a what is it? Yeah, witches is a what is it? Gender fluid term.
So I just call them haters. I get plenty of them. Don't stress about them, man. You make fun of them. Oh, well, I do. I make fun of all my haters. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, we've had lots of fun with our haters.
Yeah. All I gotta say is keep bringing it on because you give me easy content.
So let's get on to your story. Like
Let's put that message you just posted up for a second.
Sorry?
What did that say? What did that message just say that you posted up?
It's from an account that says, "Dear Beltran, a lot of sexual tension here." Well, that might prompt me to play the what is it? The first clip that I've got of you, where you complimented a man
You look sexy
on
without a mask.
his attractive.
Everyone else looks ugly, but you look fucking hot. Beautiful looking motherfucker you are.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing a mask.
Well, you've got a what is that massive beard, and like when I see like men with massive beards wearing masks, I'm like that. It's like the what is it? Droplets, particles, like they're gonna go through the beard hair up it up there.
Just do that. Who needs a mask?
What, turn your beard into a mask?
Yeah, that's what I just did. Look.
Have you seen
Oi, see this? Today, I couldn't get it on camera because my camera was in the car. But today, I seen a chick wearing sunnies that came down and covered her face. I'm like, how can she even see in that? She
had a mask down under her sunglasses.
No, she had sunnies that had a mask built on them, like she brought them from Wish or some shit. So they're actually part of the glasses that came down.
They're the most the people who wear masks with sunglasses and also a hat as well. They're the most sort of you would say eerily looking people. They just look like a like worse than a faceless NPC. They look like some sort of freak.
Yeah, that's why they wear the mask, because they're ugly. And that's why I was saying, oh, mate, you're beautiful, because he wasn't wearing a mask where everyone else actually was.
It tends to be the more attractive people who don't wear masks. You tend to see, particularly where I am, this is just anecdotally here where I am in Melbourne, fatties and oldies wearing masks. And the worst is the old codger who's wearing a mask and has got the poor posture, just like walking along slowly, thinking that the mask is going to keep him alive for like another few years.
No, what we get up here is like all the ugly fat chicks getting big eyelashes and doing their top half of their face up really nice hair, and then they take the mask off. It's like, put it away, put the mask back on. That's what they're doing up here. So literally, you're looking at every chick that's wearing a mask these days, like, oh, she could be hot, but none of them are. You got to remember that there was ugly people before this pandemic.
Oh yes, I mean if you're fat and got a double chin, the mask only does so much to cover it up. But it does to a degree hide some people's age, that like if they've got if they're reasonably to use your language attractive, they can look, the mask still makes them look 10 years younger than they are.
Yeah, see, I've sort of figured out a way to tell somebody's age when they're wearing a mask, and that's just like you look at this bit of their skin. For females, they go really saggy.
There's somebody here who says, where is it? A Devere Rub Shand Rolak. I'm not going to say the whole thing because it's offensive, but I will read the comment. Phil is an Aboriginal. Are you?
Yeah.
How much how much have you got in you?
I don't think it matters, actually. I have said it plenty of times, but the thing about the Aboriginal side of me is, as much as they do need help in the communities right now, I actually see what's going on and I know what side to pick at a certain time. And this time it's white people who need help. So, and what's going on in the communities with everyone getting the jabs and forced jabs and shit. Now, I mean, like, they're actually getting surrounded and shit and getting harassed by nurses and doctors and like getting told, if you don't take this jab, you're going to lose Centrelink, you're going to lose your kids. Well, states can't take Centrelink off you. That's a federal funding thing. So just remember that, people. But, I have my family. I'm not much of one. I don't know my family down there, but I know I'm up in Cairns. So
You grew up there?
I grew up in Woodridge.
Whereabouts is that? I'm not totally familiar with all the geography of Queensland.
It's the shithole of Queensland.
Well, whereabouts
South Brisbane
is it? Like, where is it on a map?
It's like in between Gold Coast and Brisbane.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm not far away. I'm not far away from there. But that's where I grew up. Simpson's actually from New South Wales, from Inverell. So
you've
but in saying that, sorry, what was that?
You've grown up and lived in South East Queensland all your life.
Yeah, but go New South Wales. Go the Blues.
Versace Cowboy says, Filthy, can you tell the story of when you threw a spear at someone?
I threw a spear at someone and got him in the chest. He was beating up 13-year-old cousins of mine. He's a pom. He's actually got the pommy accent and everything. So he's a full pom. And and a woman basher, mind you, and he already snapped the 4x4 over me back. And then my mates grabbed spears, and I grabbed one of the spears off him because they just kept threatening him, and he kept walking at me, threatening me, looking at me. And I just grabbed one of the spears and said, "You keep trying to come at me," because he said he wanted to kill me. So I'll throw a spear at you. So I threw the spear at him. Got him in the ribs, but I was aiming for his neck.
What happened afterwards? Like, how did he end up? What happened to you?
He had to get operated on, and I got a suspended sentence because what they were charging me with, they couldn't prove me guilty of. So they dropped the charge, and because I was working at night time, I got a job as soon as I get out. Because I was working at night time, I couldn't keep coming to court every 2 weeks. It was wearing me out bad because I was doing big hours anyway. So they dropped the charges from there was 5 charges, including attempted murder. Dropped it all the way down to assault, occasional bodily harm, which is the same as punch and so on, I guess.
And so obviously that was the start of your criminal rap sheet, which is what they used the Queensland Police when they were. Let's have let's bring out the video.
Have you got the full news article?
The Courier Mail one.
Yeah.
It's behind a paywall. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I know that's gay as they show my video for free.
But yeah, charging for the actual news.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we got police.
Mr. Simpson,
I'm live.
Sergeant Mitch Westall,
I'm live.
District Tactical
I'm live.
Crime Squad. You got a warrant. You're under arrest.
What? Yeah, I'm not resisting, mate. Can you please pick my phone up? You're gonna leave my phone there. Are you? Huh? What for? Hey, do you know I had 2 court dates that day? So I couldn't go to both?
You can't have any property, man. You're under arrest.
Common sense. I could, but I won't. It's a law, mate. I'm sorry, but law is law. I don't do anything. I don't have weapons or nothing. I never do, never will.
There we go there. Now, that was, you were streaming for an hour and a half. That was during, what is it, the 3rd Queensland snap lockdown?
2nd, I think. 2nd? Yeah, 2nd this year.
Because what is it? Yeah. There was, I can't keep up myself. There was the first one in January because the UK strain infected a hotel quarantine worker. So you had that 3-day lockdown. And didn't that health minister, Yvette Daft, as I call her, say you had to wear a mask while driving solo in your car?
Yeah.
Do you know if anyone got pulled over and fined for not wearing a mask while they were driving solo?
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you 100%. Everybody knows I hate the police as well, but the police aren't acting like they are in Melbourne and New South Wales here in Queensland. They are just not acting like that at all.
I know that they've really started to harass Tricky Tritty, who organises the People's Revolution rallies as part of the Global Freedom Days, which you attend to. I've had him on my show before, the frizzy-haired Sri Lankan fellow. So the police have been at him all year with they've tried to take away his guns, claim he had an unregistered car, and they're putting him through the courts for breaching Cho directions, Dr. Jeanette Young's directions.
Yeah, just excuses.
Now, as I mentioned, you were, if I go back here, you were streaming for an hour and a half there. You had quite a provocative title there for the live stream. Yeah, you said Palace Slut's gonna hate me. Like, that's a pretty derogatory name to call the premier. I mean, I don't like her. I mean, I mock her name. I call her Palachuk because, well, that is actually the Polish pronunciation. It's not Palaszczuk, it's Palachuk. That's the pronunciation. But what is it? Part of the reason? Do you think part of the reason why the police they caught up with you eventually is because you had such an obscene term as your title against the premier?
Okay, there was like a few type of questions in this, so I'm just going to explain some shit, all right? First off, I was arrested because I was going through shopping centres and Centrelink and stuff with no mask on, proving everybody wrong, and they were calling me a super spreader. Now, you can't be asymptomatic to this shit. We know that. Their views and opinions are mine and mine only. Please don't take it out on Tim, this side. But yeah, so I wasn't wearing a mask. I'm exempt, so I don't really care.
What's
also,
your exemption?
My exemption are these nuts. That's private.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask. I know that, yeah, it's.
I'm just joking with you, bro. Okay, so yeah, no, well, I feel like I'm being choked when I've got the mask on. Like, I seriously can't. It doesn't feel like the mask is choking me. It feels like I'm being choked.
A lot of people feel that way. I can't understand these. Katie Hopkins calls them mask perverts. So the people who actually voluntarily wear a mask while driving alone in a car. And around where I live in Melbourne, I've seen cyclists wear masks while they're cycling their bike. The most ridiculous one was, it was last summer, I think January. There was a few cases around Melbourne. Like, this is the middle of summer. They were cycling their bike with a mask on, but also, you know, those helmets with the spikes to prevent magpie swoops?
That's a great idea. If there's magpies.
Well, there is magpies near where I live, but they're friendly magpies, and January is not nesting season, swooping season. That's September, October. So you must have seen like that there was magpies around the area, and like, oh crap, I've got to put my magpie mask on. Like, where I am, most of the magpies are really friendly. So yeah, this guy's obviously paranoid about COVID and magpies.
Yes, well, some people like that. But here, I'll keep answering your question from before, right? So I was going live and everything and just proving it wrong. The reason why it says Palace Slut is because it actually should be Pala Cunt, because they're doing nothing but tyrannical shit right now. She's a tyrant. She actually should be, because tyranny is still punishable by death. She should be hung for treason. But that's right. She'll get to that after they deal with the big nose bitch and fucking Dan Andrews with their corruption committees. Then they'll get this one up here. They'll all go. They've got to be hung for treason. That's just as simple as that. And I'm not just doing this. And got to remember, I don't have kids. But I'm not doing this for me. I don't want a communist country, but I don't want the next generation to be communist either in a communist country. So I'm doing this for your kids, not for mine, because I don't have any. So this is all about the kids right now. They're going to go through communism. Look at China. Look, what do you think is going to happen to me? The first thing they're going to do to me is I'm going to the well camp facility because that ain't for people with for quarantine. They're going to be like, oh, he's got to go there till he gets the vaccine. And I'm like, I'm not going to get it. So when they come to collect me, they will have to kill me. That's a promise.
They could. What is it? I don't know what powers they may give themselves next year. But we do know down here in Victoria. I think it's unfair what you said about Anastasia Palaszczuk referring to her like that. I mean, Dan Andrews is the actual ultimate cunt. I mean, at least Anastasia Palaszczuk, when she's announcing all these draconian, cruel measures, she at least smiles, while Dan, at his press conference, is a lecturing, hectoring, threatening cunt. I mean, people were playing these great.
Did Dan Andrews go to Japan while everyone else is stuck in Queensland? Stuck in Queensland, not allowed to leave. Queensland borders, no.
I'm just talking about their delivery. I mean, Dan is a meanie when he speaks. He's always got yeah. Well,
no,
Anastasia,
I'm not going to try to do
she
that.
Still has this. What is that? You know, female charm. I mean, she's won 3 elections in your state.
Yeah. Okay. A ballot box rocked up unsealed. I know that there was meant to be a commission into the vote, the election from last year, the end of last year, and that hasn't happened. So I'm just saying they use Sitel, and Sitel is, if you look into it, because I did have a video on my old YouTube of this, but Sitel is a side business of Dominion, but now we want to fully get Dominion in here.
I did see that old AEC report from 2016. You got to be careful about when you talk about Dominion. They could sue you for $1 billion for criticizing them, like they're suing Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Fox News as well.
Yeah, that's a great story because they can sue, but what they don't realize is when they sue, they'll have to bring out all their information in order to prove that what they're saying is incorrect. And how are they going to do that? Good work.
Well, the lawsuits are pending, which the legal process is slow, as you would know. Going back to you've got the appropriate named well camp in Queensland. The Queensland camp as part of the National Centres for Resilience. We've got Mickleham down here in Victoria. And what is it Dan said on Sunday? Oh, we may need it for for emergency evacuations in bushfires, or if there's a new variant, the next pandemic. Dan is also, his government is working on new pandemic powers. We haven't seen the legislation yet to replace the state of emergency, but it also seems like that they're going to use the Mickleham quarantine camp, which is next to, funnily enough, an animal like animal storage facility. So it sounds like that Dan wants to house the unwashed, unvaxxed, and maybe the people who try to sneak into venues without a vaccine.
Well, that's what's going to happen here. They're going to be like, anyone that's not vaccinated and causes trouble will go there. So as soon as they bring in the mandate, because remember our government's trying to pass a bill to mandate vaccines right now. If that comes into play, it's on stage 3 or some shit, isn't it? I don't know. But if that comes into play and I can't eat at the shop and I chuck a fit about it, because I will, I'll just walk behind the counter and grab the fucking food and take what I want. I really don't care, because you can't stop me from eating. But if they pass this, I'll get taken straight up to well camp, and I'll be arrested and kept there until I get vaccinated. Now, I'm not getting vaccinated, and you know, I've got sperm here. I can still have kids.
Well, yeah, it's we've got to be careful when we talk about this. Is that what you think all the vaccines do? Because there's lots of there's lots of different COVID vaccines. Like, I've been open with my audience. I've had one jab of AstraZeneca and getting my second jab tomorrow. I'm still alive. With the AstraZeneca, it's the first dose where, like, the danger of blood clotting and even fatal blood clotting is the most high. But yeah, it was 6 weeks ago since I had. So, like, second jab shouldn't be, hopefully, shouldn't lead to any significant side effects. But the Pfizer one, that's the one that your chief health officer, Dr. Jeanette Young, is pushing. I think her husband's an advisor to Pfizer.
Yep.
That's the one after the second dose, particularly young men can get heart inflammation.
Yep, and myocarditis, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what it's. That's the official medical term for heart inflammation.
So yeah, I won't be touching none of that shit. Maybe if, like, Novavax seems alright. I mean, maybe
Which vaccine?
if that Novavax, when that comes
Yeah,
out, seems like it'll be alright.
That's coming next year. It's been coming for a while. Yeah, it's as far as I know, it's a non-mRNA one. The Pfizer and Moderna, they're the mRNA. Both have a heart inflammation as a side effect.
So it has heart inflammation as well. I'm not having any, but if there was to be any, it would be that, because it doesn't have mRNA and it has
That's why,
no
like,
fetal.
I took AstraZeneca because it's the vaccine that the globalists hate and have attacked. Like, if they're saying, like, people, what is it? Jeanette Young, she said that, AstraZeneca could kill an 18-year-old, when if they got COVID would probably be fine.
So what? But now she's telling 18-year-olds to get the vaccine.
Get Pfizer or Moderna. But she doesn't want people under, I think, 40 or 60 to get AstraZeneca.
60, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember if she said, what is it, under 40 or under 60. So you know that she's going to become the governor of Queensland next month, Dr. Jeanette Young. So she's going to have the final sign off on all legislation. I mean, in convention, it's rubber stamp, and she can also sign off on who's the premier and sack the premier.
Great, because I'd like to say that, like, we'll get back real quick. As part of this, will be part of what I've got to say about that. Is that them people don't like people like me with what I do. You see this? This is all the videos of evidence that I was not guilty for what I was charged with. I've got also the brief of evidence, right? These people hate people like me.
Is this in relation to the mask violation or the other matters?
This is the other matters that
What
they
were the
kept me in
other matters?
didn't give me
Yeah.
bail.
What were the other matters?
Now, when I say that, hey?
Yeah, what were the other matters
What
that you were charged with? The one...
2 assault, police, 1 obstruct, and
So when
1
you say
public nuisance.
obstructing police, public nuisance, what was the other one?
To assault police.
What did you? What are you alleged to have done to assault a police officer?
This paperwork says to assault a cop, I pushed him and he fell over onto his back. But when they spoke in court, they didn't mention him falling on his back because the video evidence actually shows that he didn't fall on his back. I didn't push him.
Yes, sounds like that's very circumstantial. I know that Blair Cottrell down here, he has a court date in December for allegedly assaulting an Antifa member in a supermarket. Well, when I say Antifa member, I should say fellow traveler of Antifa, who spotted him at the supermarket and went off his brain at how much of an evil fascist Blair was. And so Blair shoved him away, and then he took a soccer dive tumble and yelled, rolling his knee like a bitch.
Well, you know, I was protecting myself. The cop was actually kicking me in the shin with his this is what the Courier Mail and shit didn't tell people. For the two assault police, it was because one cop started attacking me, right, by kicking my shins after an ambulance was called because my now ex-girlfriend was suicidal and I was there to protect her because she begged me to protect her from killing herself, at which she was an ex-girlfriend then as well. And I did. I went there, and she already tried to kill me that night. The night before, sorry, she tried to kill me by grabbing the steering wheel down the highway, right? But them cops, that cop was attacking me and hurting me, at which I grabbed him like right here. And they wear a vest, so it's like I just grabbed him there, and this other cop come at me, and I've grabbed him, and they've both taken a step back and pulled their tasers out and told me to get on the ground. So I'm not guilty to that, nor am I not guilty to the obstruct police and the public nuisance. The obstruct police is because, and I've got it in this paperwork here, is literally because the cop thought I was gonna spit at him. Thought. I didn't spit at him. I didn't do nothing wrong. So he took me to the ground. And I got done for obstructing police. Thought police. See? That's communism. All right? Also, I tried to pay cash. This is the public nuisance charge. I tried to pay cash to get on the bus, at which I was met by the bus driver with a, get the fuck off the bus. No, get off the bus and go buy a fucking go-kart. So he swore at me. I'm like, hold on a second. I got cash. Cash is the only legal tender. He goes, you're embarrassing. Nah, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, so I pulled my phone out and started recording. Now, I had to plead guilty to them charges, or what they were going to do is they were going to separate the charges, right? And they were going to have me on, I got out on the 17th of August, right? Because I pled guilty and got a suspended sentence. They wanted to take me to trial on the 31st of August on 2 of the charges, and then wait 6 months for the 2 other charges. So I'm like, well, fucking, I'll just take the suspended sentence. They were going to keep me in jail. They were not going to give me bail. They said, we're not giving you bail. You either plead guilty to this, knowing that these charges I can't be found guilty for, but here, we'll give you an option. Take it. Stay in jail or plead guilty. So here I am on a suspended sentence for shit I didn't do.
So you've already been, well, you're convicted of that. Is this the bus incident?
There's all of it. So when I got arrested, they were watching on their iPad anyway. So for that, I didn't get charged for anything but not showing up to court. I didn't show up to court. I had 2 court cases on one day, and this is what the warrant was for, the 2 court cases on the one day. I got a $600 fine the next day after I got arrested for that. So that was dealt with straight away. And then there was an affidavit sent in by the police commissioner, which I am not allowed to get. I'm not allowed to have this affidavit. They won't allow me to have it. Legal aid, I asked them. They said, you can't get it. It's going to be impossible to get because it's from the police commissioner and it'll just get put on fucking, like they make it so I can't see what was said. But I seen the magistrate's face. She was pissed off with whatever was written in there. And it'll just because I was going live, not using QR codes to sign in, being a smart ass by saying when they're like signing with the QR code, I'm like, I don't have a phone and my phone is in my hand. Just that's all it is. I was a political prisoner.
So what you were arrested for that day, that was the, what is it, public nuisance, not wearing a mask? I'm just trying to keep up here.
They tried that day. They tried to charge me with not wearing a mask, and they arrested me for a warrant was for my arrest for not a warrant was for not showing up at court because I had 2 court cases on one day. I couldn't go to both. They set me up for bail.
So they were so which one did you go to? One of them? Which one did you go to?
I went to the cookout one, so I didn't get kicked out of home.
So what was in that regard too?
That was the first court case, and then they put these ones on the same day, and I was like, well, I can't do it on the same day as them ones.
So the first one is they wanted to kick you out of your home, an eviction notice.
Yeah, so a lot was happening at once. You can see like they were against me, like, and it's not a conspiracy. The fucking whole lot of them were against me. Everything was against me. Go after him.
And the second one, the other matter, which there was the warrant one, that was the bus incident.
Yeah, so it was all the other law ones.
Yeah, so you were convicted on the bus one.
Yes, I had to plead guilty, or they would have kept me in jail for 6 months while I waited to go to court.
Just for that, for like, obviously, in my opinion, it wasn't nice of you to abuse that bus driver, but unless you hurt him, like 48 days, that's people don't get 48 days for that.
No, I got a fine, and I sent the fine back because I wasn't guilty for it.
So they put you in prison because you wouldn't pay the fine.
These people haven't. Nobody's seen that footage. You've seen it. Nobody else has seen that footage. All right. So they don't know what we're talking about right now. But I've got footage, and what he didn't see in that footage is when I got on the bus, I said I've got cash, and this is how it works in Australia. You tell them by opening up the conversation, you're opening up a contract. So I've started the contract with cash. So he can't deny my cash. That's how that law works. And the cops explained this to me. So I put the cash down. And he's like, get off the bus and go buy a fucking go-kart. Like, well, to start off with...
Did he swear at you?
Yes. Okay. I didn't swear at him. Yes, he swore at me. Straight away, he swore at me, and that's why I got angry at him.
Yeah, so obviously he was a grumpy bus driver, and he probably like has puts up with a lot of people, has to deal with a lot of people like you. But yeah, so what was it? He
was forced to do a course, though. Hold on, he was forced to do a course, so don't stick up for him. He was in the wrong. So you can't stick up for him.
It's not a matter of sticking up for him, but
sorry, hold on. Somebody's trying to call this off.
Just providing context.
Sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me. Can you piss off? Private number.
Private number. one could be one of those, what do you call them? I get heaps of them at the moment, those telemarketers with the, what is that? Solar.
Sorry, you've just
rebate
gone.
or whatever.
I can't even hear you now.
Maybe
Yeah, can you
log
talk,
out and
please?
come back on. Yeah, maybe
No, there we
log
are.
out and then come back on. Oh, you got me?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay. There's this super chat that I haven't read out yet from this fan of the show. I swallow cum for $3 Australian. Great guest tonight. Philthy is a legend patriot, not like the fake grifters in RDA and co. Though there is a lot of people who are calling you a grifter in the chat because you've started up a GoFundMe, help Philthy get a house. Is this because you're evicted from your previous one when you're in prison?
Yeah, so I lost everything while I was in jail. Like a week and a half before I got out, I had lost everything. So now I'm in that, which is at the back of my mate's house. That's his caravan, and it leaks when it rains. And I've tried to fix it in so many different ways, but it's just not working. This caravan wasn't meant to be. Somebody wasn't meant to be living in this caravan. He brought it, meant to be doing it, and he's like it wasn't meant to be for someone to live in. So I'm living in. So I'm asking for help to. This is what people don't understand. In order to get a house or anything these days, that like most places like real estates are asking for 10 weeks rent. It's disgusting.
I haven't heard that. It's normally what is that? Like you have to pay a month's rent in advance and a month's rent as a bond as well. But yeah, they're like obviously other people would ask, why can't you just get a job? I mean, what was the last job that you had?
I don't leave home most of the time. I don't leave home. I hate leaving home. They say it's something called agoraphobia or some shit. It's just because, bro, the treatment that I've had over the last year has just been totally fucking disgusting.
In terms of what is it, with regard to the COVID restrictions or on other matters?
Just everything. The police issues, the police beating me for no reason. The way I'm being treated when I go to shops because I'm not wearing masks and shit.
Well, let's have a look at.
I'm asking for money and not for spending money. Okay, I'm asking for money to help me, right? Because I'm not asking for spending money or $200,000 or $400,000 fucking dollars like Monica got, right? Or whatever the fuck Abby got. Literally, this is the shit I fucking have to put up with in shopping centers, and they fucking want to surround me and shit.
Was this the first or second lockdown? Like, was this in January or
This
April?
was the all up. I believe it was maybe the third lockdown, which was in January. So all up, we've had 5 lockdowns.
These cunts have just called security on me. Human rights violations.
It's not a human right violation, but it's some violation.
These all want to
follow. I was going in to get
follow. These are all doing human rights violations because I'm exempt. Now fuck off. I have an exemption. Now stop fucking have them following me around. It's a human rights violation. Fucking stop it. I'm autistic. I don't wear that shit. Fuck off. All of you workers are dumb cunts. Anyone wearing a mask is an ugly fuckhead. Excuse me. Sorry. Thank you. I'm not scared of none of you, so I'll go get my boys. All of these cunts are doing human rights violation. Remember that? there's no biohuman control measure on, which means you're doing something fucking illegal. You fucking idiots. I'm putting the human, who, are you the manager? What's your name? Who the fuck's the manager? I'll do what I fucking want, idiots. Human rights violation, you dogs. Fuck up, you fucking lefty faggots. Fucking trans poofters. Fucking tell me what to do.
Now that would have been quite unpleasant for the staff and customers not involved to hear you go off like that, because they don't know what you're going to do. They could think that they might fear that you're one of those those supermarket stabbers that suddenly popping up everywhere. There was a stabber at a Woolworths in Melbourne on Monday. But did you start it or did they start it? The confrontation.
They followed me. I don't really give a fuck I scared anyone in that fucking shop. They surrounded me, right? They surrounded me. I really don't give a fuck about any of them, because you don't surround somebody that's going into shop for not wearing a fucking mask. And then the way I was treated was fucking disgusting by the regional manager, and who just tissed at me the whole time on the phone and wouldn't fucking listen to me, and then spoke shit about me, right? I think what I done needs to be done more. Snap the fuck out of it, Australia. We need to get angry. It's the reason we haven't been angry is the reason why they're still fucking walking over us. We need to fucking stand up and defend her. I was defending myself. That's simply it. I think that these people deserve the punch in the fucking face, and I should have done it, but I don't hit women.
No, you shouldn't have done that, because then you would have been in jail for a long, much longer time.
So be it. Such is life.
But like this was I haven't worn masks much in Queensland except for the lockdowns. I did hear from one of my Brisbane fans, Mel McPhee, that when the mask mandates came in, every lockdown, it was like all the stores went all over the top in enforcing it. While here in Melbourne, I mean, we've had indoor masking pretty much since the middle of last year, albeit for a couple of months. But we've reached a point where, most of the time everyone just respects each other, and the supermarkets here, they don't question people about why they're not wearing a mask. They certainly don't. I don't get why they're wanting to follow you around the store. If you haven't got a mask, why don't they just ask you about it instead of, unless they thought maybe you were, suspected you were a shoplifter or something?
No, what happened was I walked in, she asked me to put on a mask. I smiled and said, no, thank you. Exempt, I think it was, I didn't say I'm exempt. I said, no, thank you, exempt, and kept walking. To which she, I wouldn't want my child to hear him rant his shit. Well, I wouldn't want my child to see your fucking face, but hey, you don't wear a mask, do you? I'm going to be serious. I really don't care, man, because you call it ranting, I call it self-defense. I'm getting quite sick of the lack of compassion and heart. We don't have heart anymore. By the way, Mel's a fan of mine too. What's up, Mel? We don't have heart in Australia. There's no fucking heart anymore. We just all sit back. Oh, democracy's dead. Fuck it off. Start again.
Well, certainly this pandemic has shown that Australians love being told what to do. And the mask mandate is one of the perfect examples. If the government says wear a mask, everyone wears a mask. If they say it's safe not to wear a mask anymore, everyone takes them off. Like when you didn't have to wear masks in supermarkets in Victoria anymore, everyone just took them off like within a day. They were all gone.
Sheep. Some keeps trying to call me. I'm going to answer it in a second. I'm going to tell them, fuck off. I've hung up like 50 times already on them.
Is it the same number or a different number?
It's a hidden number.
A private number?
Yeah, yeah, hidden number, yeah. I don't know who it is. Like, after I hang up the first time, it tells you I'm busy, doesn't it?
You can put it on, I think, do not disturb mode. I'm not sure. Have you got a, what is it, iPhone or Android?
Yeah, I use an Oppo. Second, hold on. Is how I'm talk to this person.
Oh, we can't hear him. Abuse this person.
I didn't let that person talk.
Oh, but we couldn't hear you.
Bring it again. It's becoming a joke.
Justin Time
who
says,
it is. It'll be funny.
if vaccinated,
He's going to get knocked out if he keeps going. Hold on a second.
Why don't you?
Just give me a second. Yeah, good luck now. Fuckwit. Airplane mode.
Airplane mode? Then how are you still on this stream?
I turn the Wi-Fi on.
Mode.
I turn the Wi-Fi on.
Oh, okay, got you now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I've only ever put airline mode on an actual airplane. I haven't done it like just in, but yeah, smart thinking.
That was like literally, I've got fucking like 50 missed calls. Do not disturb. Okay, I don't usually know how to do any of that shit. So I'll just get a new phone number. People want to ring me on a private number like a coward, you know.
The do not disturb sign is that moon. Like it has, like it's meant to signify that it's night.
It doesn't matter. I reckon I know who it is, and he's very fucking. He's actually one of your fucking counterparts. So he fucking. He's ruining your show. So that's right. I'll bash him on April 1st. It doesn't matter.
Sonic does claim it's him.
We used to be friends. He's got my number. So he's meant to be one of your mates, and he's ruining your show by being a dickhead.
I don't think he's one of my mates.
Isn't he?
Oh, well, he comments on my shows, but that's about it. Yeah, I've never had much dealing with him on Telegram or anywhere else.
He's just annoying.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from. He just sort of popped up in all of these chats.
He's Antifa.
Well, that's his background, but apparently he's joined the Queensland Proud Boys now, which you were previously a member of.
New South Wales. He's in the New South Wales of Canberra Proud Boys.
But he's a member. Oh, I'm not sure if he's a prospect or a member of that fraternity now. But you were at the beginning of the year, and the allegation is you were kicked out because you had extreme views and you embezzled.
Who fucking said that shit? Okay,
that's that you took money for merch and then
You gotta say allegedly after that because you're putting me on the fucking thief and shit here. No, I quit, and the president of the Queensland chapter will tell you. So will the vice president. So will the sergeant at arms. The three head people will tell you I quit. They will also tell you that there was no embezzlement. Sonic says that I stole 200 people's money or some shit. Where's the paperwork, man? Everything this cunt does is Antifa-ish. Everything. He'll talk shit to people and won't produce evidence. Well, I can produce evidence on everything I say. I'm sorry, that's kind of lefty, and isn't that what Antifa do? And here he is trying to ring me on while I'm live with you. Isn't that sort of an Antifa move? And he says he's a Proud Boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did say he wanted to have my GoFundMe removed as well. That's also an Antifa move.
Yeah, it is. Well, I don't know why the Proud Boys accepted him in. Then they're not fond of me these days. The Proud Boys, because I speak with people such as yourself and other people who they're suspicious of, like Neil Erickson and Blair Cottrell and Australian Meditations and Versace Cowboy.
Well, most of their people are good people, so I reckon it's each of their own. The thing is that they don't want to. I got to figure out a way to say this so you don't get it shut down on YouTube here, but they don't want to see the fact that a certain race is actually being overrun, and they are trying to end that shit. But the people that are doing it, they're standing up for them doing it. They're the ones that are allowing it and trying to push it more and more. Like I didn't leave the Proud Boys because of that. There was just disagreements, and that's how it turned out. People were talking shit behind my back and wouldn't approach me. So I left. I rang up. I think I sent a message to the president of the Queensland chapter, and I rang up the sergeant at arms. Don't bring Sonic on. They've done that with Neil.
No way. I'm not like Dusty, who just brings on randoms on during streams to say whatever they want. He invited somebody on a stream that he and I were doing. This was years ago. Who just said said the N-word really aggressively, and I couldn't believe that Dusty would just open the floor up to such a person.
Yeah, he doesn't have a structure in his show whatsoever. I tried to bring. I don't know if people know this, but I was in his show a few times, and I tried to bring structure to his show. One of the main reasons why I quit because of the treatment I got from Dusty, and I sat there waiting to go on his show, and then I turned the TV on and put YouTube on, and he's on show already, and I'm like, well, you're meant to bring me on as well. And he didn't even apologize or nothing, and that fucking pissed me off. I sat there stewing over that for a week, wanting to quit, and then some other shit happened. I'm just like, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Wasn't there an arranged fight which Dusty backed out of?
Yeah, within 24 hours of, yeah.
Why did he back out?
He backed out, yeah. His excuse was something to do with I have legal guns and I am not a legal citizen.
What? So you can't have a friendly boxing match?
Nah, it was going to be an MMA, and it wasn't going to be sorted out like that at all. It was just going to be a grudge fight. So it probably was a good idea. It didn't happen. Somebody was going to get hurt.
Well, would he fear he'd get deported back to New Zealand because he had a arranged fight with somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird excuse.
it's kind of cuckish, you know what I mean? Like, we could have made money for the vets. We were going to give money to the vets. All the sales for tickets, make people pay and shit. And we were going to give all that money to the vets. So...
I saw a comment up here from, I'll see if I can find it again, Just in Time, who claims that I'm getting sloshed even though I've drank, what is it, 1 glass of wine and my hair's disheveled. That's because I haven't been able to get
you like this. You like...
for 7 weeks.
You look like you've fallen asleep.
Oh, no, it's just my hair's like, I haven't got enough hair gel now to keep it, especially like when I put on these headphones, like these headphones, when I put them on, just like messes it up even more.
Yeah, my hair fell off my head and landed on my face.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, from tomorrow in Victoria, only the vaccinated are allowed to get haircuts.
Hey, in New South Wales today, only the double vax were allowed on the beaches.
That was I saw you share that sign on your Telegram channel. This was actually a fake sign. This was put
No, there's
on
a
video
of a dude on the beach pulled up in his 4-wheel drive with like council or some shit walking over to him, giving him telling him he can't be there. It's for double vaxxed only.
I haven't heard that about. I'm not sure if that's actually the case with beaches in New South Wales, but yeah, this sign in Victoria was fake. The unvaxxed can still go to the beach. I don't know what type of person decided to make this fake sign that said that only the double vaxxed are allowed to be at beaches.
Well, Brad, when we get off here, go back onto my Telegram and have a look, and you'll see it, man. That the dude literally was being told he wasn't allowed on the beach because he's not double vaxxed. It's like the dude's like, it's only double vaxxed here. Rightio. Fuck off.
I know that they did, like with their green passes in Israel, they do reserve their beaches only for the double vaxxed. Oh, it's the triple vax now because they've got their, what is it? They're rolled out their, what is it, booster program. Well, their 3rd dose, and what is it? They're already planning a 4th dose, which I guess you'd call a super booster.
Well, isn't the COVID green passport, wasn't it hacked to have 8 doses?
The EU green pass that has the current update has a capacity for 8 doses.
Yeah. Didn't our government buy 280 million doses for in-house use?
Well, supply is not an issue anymore that we're told. Remember how, like, yeah, for months the reason why what is it? We all were in these lockdowns is because we didn't have enough vaccines. But what is it? From next week, the federal government's going to roll out its boosters for the severely autoimmuno compromised. They recommend an interval of 2 to 6 months after their 2nd dose because. Yeah, they're so autoimmunocompromised that they need constant top-ups. Maybe if Colin Powell, if he'd had a booster, he wouldn't have died from COVID because he fully vaccinated only meant two doses.
Yeah. We all know what is really happening to these 2-dose people.
Well, he died because he had what's it called? He if I go to make sure I pronounce it properly, he had multiple myeloma, which in layman's terms means he literally had no immune system. So no matter how many jabs that he had, it wasn't going to increase his immune system. So he got COVID, which killed him. But if he got pneumonia, that would have killed him as well.
So yeah,
So,
okay,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and the vaccines don't make you immortal. Like if the people who are dying with COVID in Victoria at the moment, some of them are in their hundreds. Like, of course, it's not going to make you immortal. The vaccines.
Hey, oi, give me. I gotta go and hang a piss, bad, eh? So you talk about some news. I'll be back.
All right.
All right. Give me a minute or two.
I'll mute Filthy here so we don't hear any urine stream. But yes, this is, I know that Pfizer, what is it? They're trying to get their third dose approved here in Australia, and they also want to inject 5 to 11-year-olds with their vaccine as well. And so I saw this meme that the Pfizer vaccine drip, so you can be constantly protected. It's a intravenous drip. You just take it with you everywhere, and you're constantly protected all the time. And also we had last night, the Queen met Bill Gates. Bill Gates was in London for what is called the Global Investment Summit. Now here you can see he's got no mask with the Queen, who's got no mask. She's 95, shaking hands there. Somebody joked that Bill Gates was there to give Boris Johnson a software update, because immediately after this dinner happened, the British mainstream media is already trying to hype up, sell a winter lockdown, because cases have gone up just a bit, and so have deaths. They want, at the very least, to the government to force masks back on everybody, vaccine passports, and working from home, what's called Plan B. And I know that the mainstream media over there are putting out all these stories, which the government is denying, that they're already setting in motion a planned lockdown, Plan C. And you have this, what is it, doomsday science group called SAGE, who their modeling has been way inaccurate, warning about constantly overwhelmed hospital. There could be a really huge mutation of the virus, which escapes the vaccines, which hasn't happened yet. They've discovered, what is it? There's Delta Plus circulating in the UK.
Delta Plus, eh?
Yeah. But they don't think it's really that much different to normal Delta. So they said we shouldn't panic yet.
I thought they found another strain in New South Wales.
No, that was just Kerry Chant. What is that? Is she? What is that? She's the one with the mo. She hasn't got it waxed yet, even though the salons are back open. Yeah, she said that they found because they do this thing with the people who are infected, genomic sequencing. So apparently all of the Delta cases circulating in Sydney, Melbourne, ACT, New Zealand, they all came from this limo driver in Sydney who caught it and apparently started all this. And so she was saying, Kerry Chant, that they found a Delta a Delta infection in Sydney, which had a different genome sequencing than the limo driver. So it simply came from another source, so probably a hotel quarantine leak. So it's not a new Delta variant or mutation. It just came from a different source.
Rightio.
Yeah, but there's constant fear porn about there could be this new super variant that it can escape vaccines and be so much more deadly. Even though mutations can be much more infectious, they tend to be less deadlier.
Well, you know what? You can't catch a virus the way that they say that you can catch this. So it's what science says.
They said at the beginning that it was spread via droplets, but now they say it's airborne. That's why we have to wear masks everywhere now. Because remember, in the first lockdown, they told us not to wear masks.
Didn't they? I thought that viruses can't be airborne.
Well, yeah, this one is apparently. Though we've had, what is it? I think you
So
shared
that's
it. What is that?
Right, Tom.
XYZ wrote an article about it. The Burnett Institute, which is one of the doomsday modelers, they claimed that face masks that were made mandatory outside the home last year led to a complete turnaround in the infection curve. But a medical researcher and PhD candidate said there has been a lot of low quality research that has come out, but for this to be used as a basis for a policy change is staggering. And one scientist said, I agree, it's crap. So there's still no real conclusive evidence that masks work.
Can you smell your fart? That's the question.
Well, I can confirm that you can smell a fart with a mask on.
So I'm just saying, like, you smell a fart, you think something so deadly would just seep through them same holes.
Yeah, I mean, a fart can get through like underwear and their shorts or jeans or whatever you're wearing. There was actually somebody who claimed for a while that COVID could be transmitted through farts, silent but deadly.
Of course. Maybe if you fart in their nostrils.
Possibly, yeah. But yeah, apparently, what is it?
On that note, this live was brought to you by fart in my nostril. It's fun time.
Now, remember, if you want to ask Filthy a question, you can go through Entropy. I'll just put the link in again. I've got a question for you. This is a meme being shared around. You've been kidnapped, which you kind of were when you got taken away by the police. Your kidnappers allow you to keep posting on social media, pretend everything was all right. What would you post that would alarm your followers without the kidnappers knowing you're asking for help? So what would you post on Telegram to say that you'd been kidnapped?
Okay, probably there'd be two main things would be, one is I'm guilty. Two is, because I wouldn't openly say that I'm guilty for something shit. Two is, I love trannies.
You don't love trannies or transgender people?
No, if people seen me say that I love them, they'll be like, "What the fuck? That ain't right."
You know, it's International Pronouns Day. The White House is celebrating it.
Sorry, what?
International Pronouns Day.
What? Huh? And what? Huh? I got a left and right.
Yeah.
No, I identify as a fucking vaccinated person. How's that sound? I identify as a millionaire. Where's my money?
Yeah, as you'd be aware, it doesn't work like that.
Why not? I'm super straight.
I know the point that you're making, which is that reality can't be whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. I'm not a piece of cheese.
So what is it? We've had Palachuk this week outline, what is it, Queensland's reopening, or what is it, Queensland vaccine plan to unite families. So it's 70%. Us in Victoria and New South Wales can come in, but we have to home quarantine for 14 days. At 80%, we can come in, but we have to get one of those invasive COVID tests. And at 90%, don't have to. So what is it? Palachuk and the Cho and Daft has been saying that, you know, COVID is coming to Queensland on December 17th. You need to get vaccinated now. And did you hear today that there's this, what is it, Uber driver who is really sick in hospital on the Gold Coast? He can't breathe and can't talk. He's in his early 30s and he's unvaccinated. You know, that could be you.
Yeah.
So why aren't you getting vaccinated then? Because, you know, Anastasia says
Listen,
she's
man,
done all she can to protect you,
I'm gonna
but you've got
try.
to protect yourself now.
I'm gonna tell you for real. I've been smoking one of these for many years, many years, right? You think that shit's gonna fuck my lungs? That shit, bro. I'm not fucking. Listen, I'll take the virus. Thank you. Can I have it? Anyone that's got the virus, come and fucking fart in my nose, please. Like, I want you to fart in my nose so I can get it. Like, because the survival rate is 99.9999998. Oh yeah, I'll just keep my fucking. I want to get sick. Anyone that's sick now, I walk up and cuddle. If they got a flu, give me, kick my immune system off so it starts, because we all have an immune system. Don't forget that. That actually works against viruses, and it's meant to. It kills. My suggestion to you, because you've had the first vaccination, is maybe before the second one, just go to the doctor and have your white blood cells checked.
I'm not going to do that. But they do
Why not?
recommend that if you've been double vaccinated, then that's actually a good idea to get the virus so you can build up your immunity even further.
Yeah, so get the double vaccinated and the virus. Or you can get the virus and not the vaccinations and still be immune.
Yeah, which works out for most people because the virus has got a, as you said, 99% survival rate. But there's all this fear about, what is it, long COVID, that you can be, what is it, out of breath all the time post recovery, and especially if you've had to go to hospital or ICU and end up on one of those ventilators. I know at Dan's press conferences they had this young guy who claimed that he suffered from long COVID because he was breathless from time to time, and then this obese teenage girl who ended up on a ventilator because she wasn't vaccinated.
I bet she has a fucking machine to sleep with as well. Now listen, what I've got to say is that why is it my job to protect the person that's vaccinated? So you to protect the person that's vaccinated from the disease that they're vaccinated from. Why is it my job to protect you? Shouldn't you be very much well protected over me? Shouldn't I get it before you? You look a little bit younger than me. I'm older than you. I'm 38, more than likely. I don't know. But you look like you could be younger than me. I'm just saying that if I want to get it, that's my right. Now, if you want to get the vaccination, you turn around and say, it's my fault that you got sick because I'm not vaccinated and you're vaccinated. Well, mate, that's Stockholm syndrome. That's what that is.
That's not what the evidence about transmission suggests. That
you can't be asymptomatic with symptomatic with this disease. That's proven.
A vaccinated person can catch the virus from another vaccinated person, and I haven't seen any evidence that if you get the virus from an unvaccinated person when you're vaccinated, that's going to make you more sick than if you got it from a vaccinated person. I haven't seen that. I mean, if you got the virus, you got the virus. It doesn't really matter who you got it from.
That's right. So why do I have to get vaccinated to protect you when you're already vaccinated? It's not my job to protect you. I protect myself. And if I had kids, I'd protect my kids. As for my parents, they're vaccinated. Like, I've already got it in my head where they're going to be soon. Doesn't worry me. Here, maybe think about it like this. I'll have an inheritance soon.
If you did have to go to hospital when you got COVID, would you take some of the new treatment drugs? So there's, if I go to it here, that there's Ronapreve, then there's Ritonavir. Ronapreve is the Pfizer intravenous drop. Sorry.
Ivermectin.
No, this isn't ivermectin. There's another drug.
Is this the drug that stops the people who are being vaccinated from getting sick?
No, this is so you recover faster. Yeah,
so what I'll do is
Pfizer one, which is the oral one. Ronapreve is the intravenous one, and then we've got a few more here.
I'll go online and get ivermectin from India sent to me. Thank you.
You know that it can turn you into a horse.
Well, hey, I've already got the dick for it.
Yeah, because it's called, even though it's human medication, it's called horse dewormer as a way to slur it.
No, what they're referring to as horse dewormer is ivermectin paste. It's not a horse dewormer. That's what it can do. It kills parasites. The ivermectin paste that they give horses, the only reason why they give it to horses as paste is so they don't have to give them a tablet.
If you eat carrots, does that mean you're eating horse food?
It's fruit.
Oh, it's a vegetable.
Well, yeah, sorry, vegetable.
All right, we're coming up to, I think, an hour and a half now. So it's been, I would say, an experience.
You've got me confused here. What was that question?
Ask that question. I was just trying to provide an example to show how absurd it is to claim that ivermectin is horse medication.
Oh yeah, sorry, my brain didn't comprehend what you were doing there. Sorry.
You're too stoned, maybe.
No, I'm retarded. Get it right.
Well, that isn't helping.
This stuff does help me, but I'm not too stoned. So see.
How do you know? Like, do you know what's in it? Because every batch is different. I mean, like, at least with the vaccines, the TGA tests every batch to see that it's actually legit. They don't test every batch of weed or other drugs like cocaine or MDMA to see that it's legit.
TGA they don't check every batch, but they check weed. Weed growing normally isn't a drug, it's a herb, and it's also medicine, and it actually was only made a psychedelic because the big pharma, the people who you help and pay for, by working. Everyone here is helping pay for it by working. Big Pharma are the ones that wanted it stopped. Weed grows in the ground. There's actually a Brisbane strain of weed. It's actually indigenous to Australia. It's Brisbane strain. So, like, weed just grew on the ground. So it's not a drug. Cocaine as a plant isn't a drug. Just as a plant isn't a drug. It's got to be mixed to a powder. Heroin as a poppy seed, I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know much about any opiates. I don't even take them. I don't take nothing that the doctor gives me to do with that type of stuff. And my doctor actually congratulates me for smoking weed and not taking opiates and getting an addiction because I've got a fuck back.
And that would make you even more aggressive if you got into further confrontations on the bus or the supermarket.
For what?
Well, if you took opioids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. And as a big dude, that's probably pretty scary. Like, that would be actually very, very selfish of me to do something like that, to be honest. Weed relaxes me, but if I don't know what I'd be like on that shit, I don't know how I'd react to people. It's probably very unselfish staying at home anyway, full stop. Not just because I don't do. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, fuck taking that
Even though
shit.
you say you have, what is it, agoraphobia, like obviously like you go to the supermarket and the bus, but you've also been to all of those freedom rallies, live.
Yeah, scared. I'm scared the whole time I'm there. I'm shaking and shit. I don't want to be around them at all.
You seemed okay around, those, Antifa counter protesters, which was really bizarre. I'll see if I've got the video here.
Yeah, the cops scared me, not Antifa. I'm not scared of them. I want to bash them. That's a fun thing for me for some reason. It would be exciting. Yeah, show everyone. I approached them alone.
Yeah.
But no, I go to rally.
Yeah, here was the
police separating the opposing groups. All this on a day when the state.
So why are they, like, you're the unvaxxed, unwashed, you're not wearing masks, so why are they even going near you? Like, shouldn't they stay right away?
What the hell did you just show?
Yeah, the what is it? The pro-vax socialist alternative protesters.
Bro, my YouTube's got a longer version of me in the news.
Okay. I'll link people to that.
Right. And it's on my thing as well. But yes, you're right. I was on channel 7 and 9 and I don't know, it's the same camera guy from channel 9 every time, and he just video records me and I video record him. So I think, to be honest, it's like this. Why is it that everyone wanted to fight for one's right to do what they wanted with their body when it came to women doing abortions and stuff? But now that they want us to take something that we don't want to take, they're coming at us saying you should be taking it. Like, what's the difference here? It's my body, not fucking yours. If you don't want to get sick, why don't you stay at home? What do I have?
There'll be people in Melbourne tomorrow, even though they've been double jabbed, still be too scared to leave because there's COVID around, and will double mask, triple mask whenever they go out. Still,
so they don't have an immune system anymore because they're being vaccinated. I have an immune system. I can go out whenever I want. You should probably stay home.
I've been informed that it's a fake Sonic in the chat. That's not the real Sonic. I also don't think it's the real Dia Beltran or Jesse Bell in the chats as well.
It'll be the real Jesse. It won't be the real Dia.
Who is Shane 187 Thompson? He keeps commenting in big caps.
Is he yelling at you? I wouldn't have a
he's
clue about it.
Do you know who's Barry? Who's this Barry Thomas?
Go to him.
I'll see if I can find him up here. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Barry Smith. You're talking to a fake Sonic account, Hadron anti-bullying.
Probably somebody smart.
Mm. Yeah, I've heard it's really easy to create fake YouTube accounts and impersonate people.
Yeah, well, that's kind of Antifa-ish, people. I'm a super spreader. Oh, how bad of me. That's what when they arrested me and they took me to the police station, they were like, I don't know if you've noticed, you've clicked on a few, Sonic. One of them will be real. You've not just clicked on one, you've clicked on different pictures of Sonic. One of them will be really him. But when they arrested me and they took me in there, the cop was like, "Oh, you're a super spreader." Like this to me, I looked at him and laughed. I was like, "I'm not a slut. I don't spread my legs for anyone. I'm super straight." He didn't like that whatsoever.
The rules of COVID is that any public gathering you like or approve of is COVID safe. Any public event that you don't like and wish to prevent is a super spreader event.
It's just like somebody that you don't like is a racist or an anti-Semitic.
Yeah, so Black Lives Matter rallies are COVID safe, but freedom rallies are super spreader events.
Oh, and freedom rallies are super spreader events as well. But watch down there, they'll have the vaccine, the pro-vaccine. That won't be a super spreader.
Yeah, well, what is it? They're planning to protest campaign against racism and fascism. Planning to counter-protest the next Melbourne Freedom Rally on, I think it's November 20.
Hey, George Soros, your friends that rocked up in Brisbane were all women, but two. When they were like, "You're Nazis," I'm sorry, I had to do it. You're right across the road from a fucking German flag too, you fucking weirdos. Oh my God, you couldn't pick the fucking worst spot to be calling a fucking Aboriginal a Nazi? That could work. Good work. So I throw it up. I just got to sleep.
Hadron is right. BLM is against the jab, but no one knows. Well, I know. I heard of today a black woman who only got the jab because she didn't want to be unemployed.
Yep. It's just George Soros people that wanted Tifa. So.
Well, we might wrap it up now. It's been an experience to chat with you. I'm going to count down the final couple of hours of Melbourne lockdown, where we don't get a full decent freedom until we get 80% double dose of the eligible population. Because what is it? Retail is only permitted from tomorrow to operate outdoors, including places like Kmart. And it's going to rain in Melbourne this weekend, as it usually does. So how's that going to work? A JB Hi-Fi outside on the pavement, how's that going to work? If it rains, like all the hi-fi equipment's going to be ruined.
I'm broken. You're a fucking simple cunts. Wow. I'm broken. You broke my brain hearing that. I didn't know that. I literally had nothing.
Yes, Savnik. What is it? Yeah, the hospital is going to have like thousands of admissions to tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you've already had your psyop event happen this week as well with the stabbing.
Yeah, Woolworths got rid of the knives in their stores, like they did in Auckland. Countdown supermarkets after the terrorist went on a stabbing spree, because that's definitely going to stop mentally ill people and terrorists. The one in Melbourne, this was a mentally ill person who blamed their stabbing on their Asperger's syndrome. They've been charged with 2 counts of attempted murder.
Good. They should be charged with terrorist laws as well.
Yes, we'll be out of our tiny cage, Dawn, but remember to wear your mask, including you, Dan Andrews. You forgot your mask twice the other week. So
yeah. Can't even follow your own rules.
Yeah, and that includes at the beach. I mean, the unvaxxed, as I said, are still allowed to go to the beach, but you got to wear a mask at the beach.
It's not in Sydney. You're not allowed there in Sydney.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll follow that up. That's what the politicians say.
I'll circle back.
Yes. I'll circle back to my audience on that one. Well, I may circle back tomorrow night. I've got Trad Tasman talk with Dewey de Boer, where I think Auckland is in its 9th week of lockdown, because I think Jacinta still thinks that she can get back to zero. Their target is 90% fully vaccinated. What is that? They had 102 cases in Auckland today.
Isn't she giving up on all that now?
She's sort of indecisive. She'd like to get cases low, but isn't prepared to open up with hundreds of cases. She's indecisive.
She's fucking horse-faced. That's where you can get your horse paste too, right there.
Yeah, she's had too much ivermectin, clearly.
She's taking that shit daily. Has been for years.
And she actually looks better with a mask on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These ugly chicks be putting masks on, looking sexy until they take it off. Oh, put it back on. Oh.
You're missing a tooth. Do you think your teeth are still better than hers?
Whose?
Jacinta Ardern's.
Yeah. I do, even with the tooth missing.
What happened to it? What's the story? How'd you lose it?
So back in 2005, I think it was, or 6, I had this no, you gotta remember, people, I'm 6'5", that's 195 centimeters. I had this little Asian dude try to headbutt me, and his forehead hit my tooth. He split himself from here to here. He got like 35 stitches, and he split it up in the gum, like he snapped it in the gum, and I had pain for like 6 years, and they said there was nothing they can do but pull it out. It was a stupid mistake. I shouldn't have pulled it out.
Yeah, that sounds nasty. All right, take care, Filthy. I might see you when the borders opened, if you're not already in Wellcamp.
Yeah, mate. Hey, don't forget, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, I think that's hate speech now, though. Everything we've talked about may be fine, but that could get the video taken down.
Anything I say or do is my view and opinions only. Allegedly. Allegedly, then.
Yeah, I don't think that matters to YouTube. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow night for Trad Tasman Talk, and should be another WilmsFront next Monday.
Thanks for tuning in to WilmsFront. Visit timwilms.com or Rational Rise TV to view the archive of episodes. And keep visiting theunshackled.net to view all our shows and to keep up with the latest real news and analysis.